Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and it looks like it's now NERFmire Confirmed. Sorcerer shields are going away, and now so is speed, and not just on stamina classes, but every class that had access to the Swift trait might not even use it anymore. So class diversity and unique playstyles may be taking a big hit in this patch. We're going to go over the notes next. And as always, if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for new videos every week. Let's get into it. Alright, here we go. PTS patch notes. A number of changes. Reducing the overall movement speed of players. So, it was way too easy for players to hit 100%, allowing them to disengage from dangerous situations too easily. Translation from Zos. Sorry, 1vxers, we want you to die quickly, as soon as possible. We want you to be snared, unable to escape a dangerous, quote-unquote, situation. So, we're going to make it harder on you, basically. They've looked at all sources of major expedition, and they've brought down the Nerf hammer, basically. First up, Swift Jewelry is now 6%, which is super low and not worth it anymore. I don't know who's going to run this if it stays at 6%. Swift was, 10% maybe it was a little bit too high. I think I agree there. I think they could have knocked it down to maybe 8% at gold. But 6% is just too low. That's going to be 5% at purple. So it's not worth it anymore. I think with Swift it was kind of an interesting trait where you could decide based on what kind of build you want to create. Okay, do I want to sacrifice stats? Do I want to sacrifice 3 robust or 3 arcane for more movement speed, or do I want to keep my stats and not worry about my movement speed? There was actually a trade-off there, which made it kind of an interesting trait. But now 6% or 5% is not worth trading in a robust or an arcane trait, and that sucks. Like, I liked this trait, especially on Magicka classes. Magicka Templar, Magicka Dragon Knight, it made those classes faster and more interesting, more fun to play, and now I'm probably not going to use it. So, bummer if you invested heavily into Swift trait. I don't know, hopefully they bring it up to like 8 or 7%. I think that would be fair. On the plus side, they're also boosting up Steed Mundus. Okay, so they want you to spec fully into speed, I get it. This is probably a good change because not a lot of people use this at 5%, but 10% is going to be okay. And then ability-wise, just flat out nerfing everything. Back to the days of Morrowind, right, where we nerfed sustain into the ground and we just nerfed every possible way you could sustain in your character. Now we're nerfing every possible source of speed in a vacuum, and I think it's a dumb way to approach this. Like, okay, Swift, yeah, let's nerf it. Let's give it a couple weeks and see how players adjust. No, we're going to nerf every single source of major expedition. And didn't they, like, just a couple patches ago, right, they reduced the timer on snares to like 4 seconds? So we had some progress, right? We were getting away from the really slowed down, snared play style. And now we're right back where we started, because all of our speed abilities are now 4 seconds too. Look, Fiery Grip, 4 seconds. For Magsorks, Boundless Storm, 4 seconds instead of 7 seconds. Sorry, Wardens, you don't have speed any longer either. 4 seconds down from 10 seconds. And the bottom line is, I don't like this approach. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. The developer comment was, let me find it. We wanted to ensure that we're sets that wouldn't allow players to keep the buff, and there should be a high trade-off or big requirements for major expedition. So a 4-second cast time isn't a good requirement, it just means it won't be used. Like, there's already a 1 second global cooldown. I'm supposed to cast a speed ability for 4 seconds, and then I only get to cast 3 abilities, and then I have to cast my speed again? I don't know. I think it's maybe the wrong approach. And they also reduced the snare immunity from forward momentum, 4 seconds now, down from 8. This was pretty powerful. It was like the most powerful buff that stamina classes could get. This just means that they're going to have to use it every 4 seconds instead of every 8. Every stamina class now is going to be forced to run two-hander, front bar, slot forward momentum, and cast it once, and then do 3 abilities, and then cast it again and do 3 more abilities. And it's really going to kill the diversity of builds in the game, which I'm sad about. Major expedition on bow skill down to 4 seconds, quick cloak 4 seconds. So pretty much across the board a nerf. And then we don't know what they're going to do yet with potions. I'm assuming going along with this shorter duration of speed that it might be down to like a 12-second speed buff instead of the full duration, maybe 20 seconds if they're feeling generous or whatever. But that means those speed potions are really not going to be worth it to run for a lot of builds. A lot of builds just might do tripods or something with major savagery instead. So I don't know. It's an across-the-board nerf. It's affecting Magicka classes too, so it's not just addressing, you know, Stamsork or what the perceived strength was of that class. It's just across the board, killing diversity, which I don't like. I think there are different ways we could maybe adjust this, but let me know what you guys think. Is there a different way maybe they could do this? Was Swift too strong to begin with? Yes, no? How do you think we should proceed from here, and what kind of feedback are you guys going to give the developers on this change? So let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys around in the next video. Peace.